I'm down.
Are
I'll
you
destroy
allowed
you guys.
to say the N-word when you're
No,
karaoke?
really not. You're
No,
really not allowed
especially
to.
because you were singing "Call Me Maybe," so I was like, "What?"
It's actually a very interesting phenomena, and then there's a lot of like sociological background to it. So it's not just India. In Asia, South Asia, you see, we grew up like really absorbing a lot of Hollywood content because of the soft power America is,
Right.
and that meant watching Hollywood movies, which we would not relate to. The
Soft
white
power is
people.
also what Vishal calls his dick, by the way.
Oh, I love that.
Hey.
America. Yeah, so we would consume all these like American movies, whereas we would never relate to the white person. The only person we would relate to is the only person of color, the black sidekick who would use the N-word a lot. So, and we didn't know anything about American culture. Like, think about this, 10 years, 15 years ago, like when I was growing up, there wasn't as much like internet access. We didn't have cell phones.
But like 60 years ago when your husband was growing up, what was it like?
I will bring him from the old age home so he can mention it in the next episode. But yeah, so like, we thought that was okay to address your friends. That not me personally, but a lot of boys in India, even now, they address their friends and use the N-word as a term of endearment, not realizing the, all of the political context around it.
Minor.
The more you know.
That's
The
very
more you
interesting.
know.
I didn't know that. But that's a good example of why we need representation. Because, in the U.S., I talked to this guy, and he's like, look, I'm okay with, like, minorities being in films, which no conversation that's good starts like that. He's like, I'm okay.
I allow it.
And he's like, I'm okay with the Negroes being in the movies. But...
We'll
yeah,
give
but
some
he
nominations,
what he said was, he was like, but the thing is, in America, black people only 13% of the population, and therefore on screen maybe they should only be 13%, right? And I was like, yeah, but with that logic, you realize 51% of characters have to be women now, right? You realize Dr. House is a brown Indian guy now, right? Because he's not statistically going to be a white doctor, okay?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The entirety of Silicon Valley, the TV show, all Indian guys. They're all played by Kumail Nanjiani. Just all 6 of them. What was I going to say, though? But that's what I think. I think since America makes most of the movies, we not just have to represent for ourselves. We have to represent for the whole world. We can't go based on that. We can't go that 1 out of 10 characters is brown, to be brown in there.
There are a lot of people color in Game of Thrones, though. There's a lot of representation.
Yeah, they're also
in
like
Essos,
the desert
they're
people.
all in Essos.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And they're all side characters.
Yeah, I think a big problem
You
is
know
like people only want to tell like stories that they know, and so it's just like there's not enough like people making the things to tell their stories. There's not enough like brown writers and whatever.
And I pitched a TV show about a middle-class Indian character, and every, executive was like, why don't we make her a little bit more poor? Why don't we make her like Slumdog Millionaire? You see one movie, and that
why don't we
becomes
just have, like, a
something
regular
stupid
stupid
fucking-
about that too is that statistically Indians are the richest minority.
Are we?
Or majority. We destroy everybody else, dude. Yeah.
Oh, in America.
In America.
In
America.
It's
But that's
either Uber driver or CEO. There's no in between.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
Give me Indian Richie
Us
Rich or
guy-
something.
us
Yeah.
three
This
are the
guy was
only
just complaining about paying $60,000 in taxes after his tax withdrawal.
He's like-
Yeah, that's the most-
we're not the Uber drivers in this situation.
That's
Yeah,
That's the most first world problem is complaining about how you pay more in taxes than some people make. That's fucked up.
Of course.
like you
Yeah.
could go to fucking Louisiana and
When
be
I-
a stripper and probably make $1,000.
When I said taxes, that's my stripper. That's what I call her. So much I owe her for last weekend.
Oh, that'd be funny, like
Yeah.
a stripper names, but for like really rich dudes.
Yeah,
you know
yeah.
what I mean? 'Cause for like middle class, it's like
Yeah.
candy or something they
Right.
can afford. You know
it's
what
like
I mean?
it's like taxes or
It's like, come here, yacht. You know what I mean?
so
come here, welfare
over-
state.
What?
The welfare state.
Yeah, I just like get over here, gerrymander.
Yeah.
Come on this dick.
Harvard actually gave me a stripper name.
Really?
Harvard.
Yeah. So I don't have
That's
a last
another.
name.
That's another Indian stripper. Harvard. That's
That's an Indian stripper. Yeah.
That's an Indian
comes,
stripper.
helps you with your SATs.
exactly.
And
SAT
then
SAT'd
sucks
on your
your
lap,
dick.
bro. She
Yeah.
SAT'd on my lap, and then she ACT'd some sex acts. She did some sex ACTs on me.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, that was so good.
That was that. You
Yes, it
need to
fucking
put that in
was.
your set. That was
Fucking
brilliant.
was great.
Yes. So I don't have a last name, and every university has a different idea on how you want to put names in applications. And I call Harvard, and they were like, just put XXX as your last name. Like they just knew if this girl ever gets into Harvard, she's not. Gonna
So that's where I know you from. My Google searches.
Well, to be fair, Surbhi, they only said that because that's how you were going to pay for Harvard. Surbhi XXX. Yeah, she's on that really. You got that really. What's it called? Prestigious scholarship at Harvard, right?
Yeah.
That foundation.
The
The
Girls
Mia
Gone Wild
Khalifa
Foundation.
The OnlyFans Foundation. You know that one.
Yeah, I got the Mia Khalifa Honorary Award.
They called it the MLK Honors, but we knew that standard for Mia Lebanese Khalifa.
Dude, I swear to God, with the way like porn stars are being treated these days, rightfully, Mia Khalifa is gonna get a doctorate from Harvard at some point in the future. I swear to God.
That's true.
Can I go instead of her? And
There was a
get
bit
that?
of a bit of a renaissance for how we treat sex workers. Like now we
Yeah.
call them sex workers. Right?
Yeah, yeah.
Instead of back in the day when we used to call them that
Dirty whores.
Jesus
All right,
Christ. That child we disowned. That's what we used to call
Sorry,
them. Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
I was trying to formulate in my head.
I'm glad I gave you the second.
Yeah.
That'd be funny. Yeah. What would they be called? Like, what's the next step for them in terms of like what they would be called? Because like we went from what I guess dirty whores to prostitutes to sex
workers.
to hooker to sex worker.
No. You were talking about porn stars. They're not prostitutes.
No,
or
I
sex
know,
workers.
but-
yeah.
but-
no, sex work would be
Madam President.
Madam President, pleasure helpers. No, what's a
Bill Clinton's secretary.
Yeah.
All right. Poor woman.
Uh,
Poor woman.
She was an intern.
She was an intern.
Okay, I'm
She's-
too young for this shit.
Pleasure aiders.
That's
Pleasure
pretty good.
aids. Pleasure aids. I like that. Pleasure aids.
That's a step down. That's a
that's-
step down.
Yeah,
It
that's
makes it
like
sound
that
you're
makes
a
them
device.
objectifying them more. Yeah, it sounds
a
like
device, dude. You need like sex worker.
Yeah, they
You know
need to
what
be
I mean?
a person.
Yeah.
Sex aider.
Aider. Like they're giving them aids.
Yeah.
Like a sex practitioner.
Yeah.
Like you're not quite a doctor. You're not
Oh,
quite a
yeah.
hooker. You're a
Right,
sex
right,
practitioner.
Sexpert.